Long ago, we looked upon a foreboding sky. The memory of the star that threatened all burns eternal in our hearts. In its wake came an age of silence. Yet with each fond remembrance, we knew those encountered were not forgotten. That someday we would see them again. But after the long calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir. The reunion at hand may bring joy, it may bring fear. But let us embrace whatever it brings. For they are coming back.
Not what I was expecting, but it looks like we are getting a new Final Fantasy Dissidia game. Now, I know that you're all flooding in and saying, Jen, it's on mobile, I'm not interested, and I get it, but we don't really know anything just yet, but we are getting a new Dissidia game, and it's coming out on Android and iOS as of right now. That's what it says on the website. It doesn't say consoles or anything like that, so I guess there is a right for some people to be annoyed, especially with all the mobile cancellations that we have gotten in the past. But today we are going to be looking and diving into this website before its reveal on the 14th, because there are some interesting things on the website to give us a clue on what we can expect from the new Dissidia game. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. If you like what you're seeing, please consider hitting that like button, and if you want to stick around for some more Final Fantasy content, then you're already in the right place. Just hit that subscribe button. So we're going to dive straight into the website and get a taste of what this is. So the website at the moment has a few images and silhouettes, but we're going to break a few things down first. Let's go over the images themselves. These seem to be real life Tokyo images, specifically Shinjuku. We can see this within the images with signs and a few cross promotions with a few brands in Japan, and I see Taito as well, and I know that Square Enix and Taito have a unique relationship. They've done a few things in collaborations in the past, so it makes sense. Will they be making or having something to do with this game? Who knows? But this is a very interesting take on Dissidia. It looks like our heroes from our favorite Final Fantasies are going to be thrust into the real world. We have the text of Team Boss Battle Arena. This is probably the type of game that we're going to be playing. I don't know what this is, but I'm hoping it harkens back to one-on-one battles that we got from the original Dissidia back on the PSP. Now again, yes, I know it's only announced for mobile right now, and a lot of people, especially with Square Enix cancelling and shutting down a lot of their mobile games, are probably a bit skeptical and wondering, well, how long is this going to last? And people are saying that, oh, it's not going to last a year, and that's, I guess, fair enough when going off the past, but I like to get excited about these projects and see what they bring to the table, and I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I don't think it's going to be a GPS game. If it is a GPS game, then I know for a fact that the Kingdom Hearts fandom is going to absolutely rain terror down on Square Enix. I just think that this is the setting. I think the real world Tokyo is the setting for the Final Fantasy characters to do some classic Dissidia style fighting. So I'm not going to talk too much about the gameplay because we really know nothing. We'll get a taster of that hopefully with this reveal. What I'm more interested in is the fact that we are getting Final Fantasy characters in the real world. Therefore, Tetsuya Nomura is probably having a field day because he gets to design his characters in more realistic outfits. And that's what I think we're going to see. We're going to see them wearing more realistic outfits and see this new unique take on our Final Fantasy characters. So let's now talk about the silhouettes. There's 10 silhouettes, but also on the website, there are 10 pieces of music from Final Fantasies. There's Final Fantasy 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14 and 15. That's 10 tracks for 10 Final Fantasies, so we can start to get an understanding to who these characters are going to be. And also in the website, if you search around those CGI images that are based on real life locations, there are other images you can find, and there's 10 in total. So with the 10 music tracks that we know what Final Fantasies they are coming from, the 10 images and the 10 silhouettes, we now have puzzle pieces to put together to see what characters are going to be brought to the table here. So let's break it down in Final Fantasy release order. We'll start off with Final Fantasy 1, and this is the silhouette, and I believe that this is the corresponding image to give us a clue. Not much to go off, but I do believe that this is the Warrior of Light without a helmet and wearing some very unique threads, and this is going to look badass. I think this is probably going to be the most badass looking Warrior of Light we're going to get in a Final Fantasy game. It looks like it's going to be wearing a white trench coat, white boots, and in that little small teaser image, it looks like he's going against some darkness, maybe Garland or something along those lines. Let's go over to Final Fantasy IV, and this was the one I was having trouble with the most. This is the silhouette we had, and I was originally thinking, a lot of these people were saying, well, it's either going to be Arden or it's going to be Irvine, but no, it's not going to be either of those characters. I did think for a second that this was the Final Fantasy I representation, and it was the Warrior of Light was going to be wearing a red mage type outfit, inspired outfit in the real world, but I think this is, with the teaser image we have here, it's very Dragoon-like. Final Fantasy IV, we only know one Dragoon, and that is Kain. So we're going to get a nice look at Kain, unmasked, probably based off his After Years look, and that he had a few extra costumes in Dissidia NT, which this is probably going to be based off. It's going to be a brand new look at Kain. So, next we have Final Fantasy V. This is our silhouette. This is the conclusion I've come to. And this is the teaser image. I think this is linked to the character, and it's the hand and a bird. I believe that this is, going off artwork, it's Kryl. And I think what she's wearing in particular is her white mage-inspired outfit, but it's going to look very real-worldy is the term I'm going to go for. But yes, this is Kryl. Let's go over to Final Fantasy VI. So here's the silhouette. I think some of you may know already what this character is, but here is the image that is related to the character. It's Moogles. I think it was alluded to in Dissidia Opera Omnia. A certain character loves Moogles, and that character is, of course, Terra. So we're getting quite a unique roster of characters right now, but let's move on to Final Fantasy VII. And this is an obvious one. Here's the silhouette, and here is the teaser image. It's a motorcycle. We're in the real world, so it's going to be a motorcycle that looks like something that we can find on the streets around us, instead of one that's in Final Fantasy VII. And of course, this concludes that Cloud is the representation here for Final Fantasy VII. Next up, Final Fantasy VIII. Here is the silhouette. This is a very easy one as well. Here is the corresponding teaser image, and if you didn't guess what this is just off this image with the necklace with the two rings, it's Rinoa. And again, it looks like her outfit is going to be very real-worldy. I'm using the term again, but it's going to be very different in this new Dissidia game. So let's go to Final Fantasy IX. This is the silhouette, and again, this is probably very obvious who this is going to be. But the teaser image I linked with all this together is this one. It's a ticket to go to see the theatre, which I think is a reference to Final Fantasy IX and the ticket to see I Want to Be Your Canary, which all links it together, and of course, gives us the conclusion that Zidane is going to be in this Dissidia game. Now we're flashing forward all the way to Final Fantasy XIII, and again, this is an obvious one. Here's the silhouette. You know it already, but this is the teaser image that I linked up with it that I think represents who it's going to be. Someone wearing a white coat with a purple outfit, wearing rings. I think this is going to be Lightning. Very obvious one, right? But the next one, Final Fantasy XIV. Here is the silhouette. Who is the representation? It's usually Y'shtola whenever it's Final Fantasy XIV related, but we are going off something else here. So we have a teaser image that has a bag that says Artemis. You're probably connecting the dots already. Also, these legs that we can see are wearing like fishnet type leggings. And with all this in mind, and the fact that Tetsuya Nomura is probably designing the characters, there is a Final Fantasy XIV character that Tetsuya Nomura designed, and that was Gaia. Then last but not least, we have our Final Fantasy XV representation. This is another obvious one. Here is the silhouette, and here is the teaser image. I think we can put the pieces together here. This is most definitely Prompto with a dog collar by the looks of it. So there are all the characters that I think that we're going to be getting in this version of Dissidia. It's going to be based in the real world. They're going to have costumes to reflect this. What the gameplay style might be, no idea. This team boss battle arena is probably going to be shown to us, hopefully, in this teaser. But I do think all these teaser images that we've seen are going to be parts of the trailer. For example, I should imagine Terra is going to be trying to get the Moogles from the claw machine. Lightning is going to be sitting at the cafe drinking drinking a coffee, and it looks like even in the teaser image for Gaia, she's going to be walking past Lightning with the Artemis bag, and it looks like they might have an interaction. Very interested to see what the interactions might be towards these characters. What is the approach? Who knows? What is the story? These are things we can look forward to. Yes, again, mobile game. You're within your right to be skeptical. I'm going to be checking it out, see what it's all about, and see what Square Enix's plans are going into this. So let me know what you think down below on a new Dissidia game coming to mobile. I appreciate your time, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.